For 3 centuries, the galaxy believed humanity was weak, scattered across minor systems, and bound by treaties they did not fully understand. The alien fleets gathered above the shattered moon of Caro's Prime, a symbol chosen carefully because it once served as a human listening outpost. The invaders wanted witnesses. They wanted fear to travel faster than light. The alien armada filled the void like a moving continent, thousands of war vessels from the Viex Dominion, their hulls glowing with ritual markings meant to intimidate lesser species. Admirals broadcast their demands openly: surrender your systems, dismantle your fleets, and accept extinction or servitude. Human response was non-existent. No counter-broadcast, no defensive formations, not even a distress call. The silence unsettled the Dominion commanders more than resistance ever could. Humans were known for noise, for frantic diplomacy and desperate last stands. This calm felt wrong. Sensors showed only debris fields and abandoned stations. The Dominion concluded humanity had already fled or collapsed. Confidence surged through the fleet. Firing drills began, weapons aligned toward the inner colonies. The galaxy watched through stolen feeds, expecting the final chapter of the human experiment. Then something changed. At the edge of the system, where gravity bent light into thin arcs, a shadow formed, not emerging through a jump gate, not tearing space with familiar technology. It simply appeared as if reality had decided to grow a scar. At first, Dominion sensors dismissed it as interference, then mass readings updated, then updated again and again, until the numbers stopped making sense. The object was enormous, larger than any known carrier, denser than a moon, yet shaped with deliberate geometry. The shadow unfolded into a ship, its hull matte black, absorbing starlight rather than reflecting it. No insignia, no running lights, no visible weapons, just layered armor like overlapping continents. A single transmission echoed across every channel simultaneously: human, alien, civilian, military, encrypted or open. "We heard you were looking for us." The voice was calm, almost bored. The Dominion fleet froze. Firing commands stalled in throats that suddenly felt dry. Every tactical simulation they had ever run failed to account for this moment, because humanity had never built anything like what now hung before them. The galaxy leaned closer, sensing that history had just taken a sharp turn. The Dominion admirals demanded scans, demanded confirmations, demanded reassurance from their engineers. None came. Sensor officers whispered numbers that contradicted known physics. The human ship displaced gravity in measurable waves. Its power output exceeded the combined reactors of the entire invading fleet. The ship moved, not forward, not backward, but sideways, as if ignoring conventional axes. It repositioned itself between the Dominion armada and the inner human worlds with impossible precision. No engines flared, no thrust signatures appeared. A second message followed. "This area is under human protection. Please withdraw." The politeness struck harder than any threat. The Dominion responded with force. Doctrine demanded it. Pride demanded it. Thousands of weapons systems locked on simultaneously, the void lit up with plasma lances and antimatter shells, enough firepower to sterilize planets. None of it reached the human ship. Space folded, shots curved, energy dispersed into nothing. The barrage vanished as if swallowed by an unseen ocean. The human vessel did not move. Then it spoke again. "Last warning." Fear rippled through the Dominion fleet. Formations broke slightly as captains hesitated, but the flagship pressed forward, releasing its planet-breaker cannon, a weapon feared across the galaxy. The human ship reacted. A single panel along its hull opened, revealing darkness deeper than space itself. From that void came a pulse, silent, invisible. One Dominion cruiser simply ceased to exist, not exploded, not broken, erased. Its absence left a hollow where sensors struggled to reconcile reality. Then another vanished, then 3 more. Panic spread, orders overlapped, comms filled with disbelief and terror. The human ship advanced slowly, deliberately, Every meter it moved felt like an execution countdown. With each step, another enemy vessel disappeared. No debris, no survivors, no warnings. The Dominion realized too late that this was not a warship built for battle, it was built for endings. Across the galaxy, observers understood something else entirely. Humanity had not been idle, they had not been hiding. They had been preparing, quietly, patiently, beyond the sight of anyone who thought them insignificant. And now, the galaxy was seeing the result. The Dominion attempted retreat, jump drives charged in chaos. Ships collided as captains fought to escape, but the human vessel anticipated them. Space itself twisted around the fleeing armada, jump corridors collapsed before they could open. A new transmission replaced the battlefield noise, addressed not just to the Dominion, but to every listening civilization. For centuries you believed humans were reckless, divided, and technologically inferior. You saw our conflicts and assumed weakness. You saw our diplomacy and assumed fear. The voice paused, letting the silence weigh heavily. What you did not see were the places we built beyond your senses, the threats we found before you knew they existed, the wars we fought so you would never have to. Images flooded the feeds, human fleets battling entities older than stars, weapons tearing apart creatures made of dark energy, planets evacuated and destroyed to stop spreading horrors, technologies sealed away because they were too dangerous to be known. The Dominion fleet was no longer fighting, they were listening, frozen in existential dread. "This ship is one of many," the voice continued. "We hoped you would never see it." With that, the human vessel disengaged its primary restraint systems. Space screamed, gravity surged. The ship revealed more of its structure, layered weapons unfolding like petals of a mechanical flower. Every remaining Dominion vessel powered down simultaneously. Surrender signals burst across every channel, pride shattered into survival instinct. The human ship stopped advancing. "Surrender accepted. You will be escorted from this system. Return, and you will not be warned again." The galaxy exhaled. Civilizations that had watched in silence now understood the balance of power had never been what they believed. Humanity was not the loud, fractured species they had dismissed. They were the quiet ones standing between the universe and annihilation. News spread faster than light through relay networks and whispered trade routes. The moment a human warship appeared became a fixed point in galactic history. Alliances dissolved overnight. Empires reconsidered expansion plans. Species that once mocked humans rushed to open diplomatic channels. Messages arrived filled with apologies, trade offers, and sudden declarations of friendship. Humanity responded carefully, never boasting, never threatening, simply stating boundaries. These systems are protected. These actions will not be tolerated. Coexistence is preferred. Aggression will be ended. The surrendered Dominion fleet was escorted out, their once proud armada reduced to a floating reminder of miscalculation, their empire fractured internally as fear replaced arrogance. Within human space, celebrations were muted. There were no parades, no triumphant broadcasts, only quiet acknowledgements among those who had known the truth all along. The warship returned to the void it came from, disappearing as seamlessly as it arrived. Some asked why humanity revealed itself now. The answer circulated among veteran commanders and old researchers. The line had been crossed, deterrence had failed, so demonstration became necessary. The galaxy adjusted, slowly, cautiously. Treaties were rewritten with human clauses. Border disputes paused when human observers arrived. Pirates vanished from routes marked by simple human beacons. And always, in the background, the knowledge remained that somewhere beyond known space, more ships like that waited, watching, listening. Years later, academies across the galaxy taught the event as doctrine. Never assume silence means weakness. Never mistake restraint for inability. Humanity continued to explore, to trade, to argue among themselves as they always had. But now they were seen clearly, not as victims or aggressors, but as guardians shaped by surviving what others never knew existed. The moment a human warship appeared became a warning etched into collective memory, not of conquest, but of consequence. And whenever new civilizations rose and asked why humans were treated with such careful respect, elders would answer simply, because once, when the universe pushed too far, humanity answered, and the stars themselves learned fear.